I started using Crystalac, it's probably been a couple of months, 3 months maybe. Anyway, so when I made the switch, I made sure that I got my process down before I started selling again. And I think I've pretty much done that. I haven't done every kind of cup out there, but I'm practicing, and I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what is required and what is not, and what you're gonna want and when you start using these products. So it is a different process than epoxy. The gist of it is the same, but the only thing that you absolutely need from the Crystalac company is Bright Tone. So I order it by the gallon because I've been making a lot of cups. I put it in a condiment bottle. I get these from the Dollar Tree. They are 2 for 50 cents. They had a little hook on it, but it came off, or it broke, so I just cut it off. You don't want to shake Bright Tone. You can roll it around in the container before you apply it, but you don't want to shake it or you will get bubbles. So that's the only thing that you must have, other than obviously a tumbler and sandpaper. So to prep your cup, you always have to prep your cup, and it's very important. So you can use 220 grit or lower to sand your cups. I was using 220, and then I ran out, and then I found this in my garage and it's like 100, I think, and I feel like it works a lot better, faster. I can pretty much sand a cup in 1 to 2 minutes. Then you want to wash it with Dawn soap, dry it real good. Some people wipe them down with alcohol. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But there's a water test that you can do after you sand it. You want to rinse it underwater, and you want the water to sheet off, not beat up. I'll actually show you guys that at some point. So that would be how you prep. So your first layer on any cup that you do with Crystalac either needs to be Bright Tone or Universal White paint, or Alexa is reminding me of something, sorry. So you want to use Bright Tone or Extreme Protection. I don't have Extreme Protection anymore. I ran out, and I'm just going to use Bright Tone because it builds your layers faster, even though it's a little bit more expensive. I feel like it kind of works itself out because the Extreme Protection or EP just takes me longer to build up my layers. Alexa, stop. She's in there playing Britney Spears. Anyway, so Universal White comes in a bucket. Let me get that, and don't make fun of me because I'm in my pajamas. I rarely get out of my pajamas these days. So the Universal White comes in this. So I got about halfway through my container. This one's new, and it started getting kind of clumpy. I guess the paint from the sides of it was, dripping down into it or whatever. So I poured it into this, and I mixed actually a little bit of Bright Tone in with it. And I feel like I will probably do that from now on because I feel like it goes on smoother and gives me less streaks, and we can talk about that later. Back to your prepping your cup. If you do not want to sand, some people seem to have trouble with it or just don't want to do it. You can use this Zinsser, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Zinsser, whatever, shellac spray. And I think you do like a light coat like every 30 minutes for maybe 3 coats. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to check for sure. Anyway, this does not have to gas off. You can start applying your coats once it's dry. Anytime you use spray paint to prep your cup or for the first layer of your cup, when using Crystalac products, it needs to gas off for 48 hours. Some people say that they can get away with 24 if they do the sniff test, or basically just smell the cup. If it still smells like paint, you need to wait longer. If it doesn't smell like paint, they say you can go ahead and start, but I always wait 48 hours just to be on the safe side. And then you can get started with your layers. So back to the layers. You can start with Universal White, Bright Tone, Extreme Protection, or you can use what I love, one of my favorite Crystalac products, the Flippin' Awesome paints. Guys, these are amazing. When I got my kit. They don't come in the tumbler kit. But after I got the kit, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have these too. So I ordered them separately, and I just got the sample sizes. There are multiple colors, and they're awesome. And with the darker colors, you can really get one coat on your cup, and it'd be plenty. I usually do 2 anyway. With the lighter coats, it does require 2, sometimes maybe 3. But they're awesome. They go on so smooth. I can get them on without any streaks. You know, after a couple layers, the light ones might be streaky at first, but then once you get a couple of coats on there, they're not as streaky anymore. But what also does come in the kit, if you get the tumbler kit, are the pigments. So these are not paint. These are pigments that you can add to Universal White or the Flippin' Awesome. You can put it in bright tone, and these you can make your own colors with. If you go to the Hoppy Doxy, she has her own channel, Brienne, and she has a lot of tutorials on making your own colors, and it's really, really cool. Those are awesome as well. So once you get your base coats on, oh, also to mention, you cannot use acrylics as a base. Once you get a base on, if you want to use acrylics added into an extreme or added into a Crystalac product, you can, but it has to be no more than 3% of whatever you're putting it in. Now, how you determine what 3% is, I don't even know. I just put a couple drops in there. Don't do like me, I guess, figure it out. So anyway, so once you get your cup prepped and you have either Universal White or EP or whatever paint color you want to use, or if you've spray painted and let it gas off, then you can move on to your glitter. If you're using glitter, you can apply glitter just like kind of like you did with epoxy, but with the bright tone or the extreme protection. So you would just put a layer on. I would let it spin for a minute or 2 to level out, and then apply your glitter kind of in the same way that you did epoxy. The bright tone has to dry for 4 hours. They have a new product that is one of my favorite things, maybe my second favorite after the Flippin' Awesome. New glitter glue adhesive. All of these products made by Crystalac are safe. You can use them in your home. You can apply the bright tone and extreme protection with your finger, or you can use gloves, or you can use a brush. The glitter glue, you need to use a brush, or you need to definitely be wearing gloves because it is extremely, glue-like, and it will stick to your skin. But this is an amazing product. I highly recommend if you're just starting out that you get this. I think it also makes your process faster. You can get cups done faster because your glitter is going to be smoother faster. So you can also use this to seal your glitter. So after you get the glitter applied, you can let it sit for an hour, and then you can smoosh it. We can talk about that later. And then you can wait another hour, and then you can brush off the excess with a brush. This is just a makeup brush from the Dollar Tree. And then you can seal it with another layer of glitter glue, or you can apply another layer of glitter glue and another layer of glitter if you need another coat of glitter. And then you can seal with this as well. You can also seal with E6000, the spray, not the tube. After you get your glitter applied, if you use bright tone, that needs to dry for 4 hours. If you use the glitter glue, only needs to dry for 2. And then you can seal with E6000 if you want. You can add more glitter with the E6000 if you want. I usually let that dry for about an hour before I move on to the next step if I'm using the E6000. I recently saw a video where someone, after applying her first layer of glitter with the glitter glue, she immediately went on to spray E6000 to apply more glitter. She said she did not have any issues. I've done that recently on a couple of cups. So far, no issues with that. What else? I guess, another things that you will need are Taklon brushes. I just got these off Amazon. Actually, I think I got these from Michael's, but I got a set of these from Amazon. Different sizes, but I use this one the most. I use this one to apply my glue. And if I'm doing something smaller, like badge reels, or I don't know what else smaller I would do. But anyway, I do have smaller ones too. Or if I just need to touch up one little tiny area of a cup, I can use one of these too. So that's pretty much it. I will show you the most recent cup that I made. People sometimes say, oh, I just made to make sure it shines like epoxy. Well, I can promise you that it shines like epoxy. It is much lighter than epoxy. I do, after I get my cup smooth, I do tend to put on a couple more layers of bright tone. I don't really know why. I just feel like I should get as much on there as I can. It's probably not necessary. But, you know, the more you put on, the more it shines, and it looks a little bit thicker. But this is, finally, I made a cup for myself. I was so embarrassed. I had taken a Ozark Walmart cup to work, and it was just one of the coated black ones that they have. And everybody was like, well, I thought you made cups. And I'm like, I do. My other ones are dirty, sorry. But anyway, I just made this one for myself, and I love it. So, that'll be it for my first tutorial. I will plan on doing more tutorials. I'd like to do one with sanding, because I feel like people seem to have a lot of trouble with sanding, and I don't. So I don't know what their process is, but I can show you mine, because I don't have any issues, and that's a lot faster to me than having to spray with this and wait 30 minutes and spray again, and I don't want to have to go outside anyway. So I guess that's it for now. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day.